Okay.
So,
This is too quiet. I don't like this. Where's my demise gonna
so
jump
when
from?
you're in
Go
state
on.
state and you get hit by
Oh
things, there's
boy,
like a pop.
that was intense.
So it's like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of a good
I don't
example.
like this.
It's like essentially, you know how like
Mind is
after you
not
get lit
good.
on fire from a
That'll
valve,
probably link around.
right? Where like after you get lit on fire, there's like a pop afterwards. So you see how there's like a hit there that's like not
Well,
from
Gonna
estimable. It's like it's
I'm hearing
Oh,
echo
I
for some
remember that
reason.
from last
Why?
chapter.
Oh
Okay.
wait, no, I know why.
and there's like this close flash.
Oh, that
Uh,
looks
After
nice and
close
stable,
flash,
doesn't
it
it?
hits.
Might be on my end. Also doesn't matter. Give me a second. So what I want to do is, if you're gonna also be commentating, I want to have the Discord overlay thing basically showing when you're talking, and I just wanted to make sure I knew where your icon would show up, so I can crop it correctly. So let me do that. I'm not there. There's this widget overlay thing that I just do browser capture on that will show it, and so it's just basically your icon lighting up anyway. It's it's not that good, to be honest. Um. Um, you sound a little different. I don't know how to explain it. Let me do this and then this and then this. Can you see this?
Yep.
Okay. So how does that look? I mirrored your thing. I don't know how bad that looks, to be honest. Or what you think about that. I think I'm gonna make everything smaller when you
I
talk.
think it's fine if it's mirrored.
Okay.
It just freaks me out a little.
I don't know how to. I feel like I should have yours facing the other way. It doesn't really matter if it's facing the microphone. That doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, I think. I think anyone watching this will be fine with it.
Have it not mirrored. Um.
That's better. I think it looks better like this.
Yeah, it looks very strange when it's mirrored. Okay. That's basically all I wanted to say.
Because if it's mirrored, Slugcat has to be left-handed. Which might be weird somehow, I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Alright.
So you're good?
Talk again? Okay, is OBS feedbacking all my stuff so I can hear it again? Understand why. Yeah, I'm good. Alright.
Okay. See you later. I should do bingo stuff tonight,
Yes,
but
that would be amazing if you
I'm
could do
an
that.
any percent addict.
Okay. All right.
Hello. All right. Basically had a call just as soon as I press the start streaming button. Okay. Already did this twice today, but... And also, I haven't started the controller yet. So I need to do that. Hard to say how long I'm going to try this for. Hey, Bronze. Or I guess I should say hello again. Probably. Ah, I remember that from somewhere earlier today. Of course, the lizard transports the fruit to the worst spot possible. That's alright, though. God, Batfly. What a genius lizard. Oh yeah, I saw you stream the other day. Not sure how much you're planning to do that. Oh, I'm gonna die. Can often slide underneath lizards when they're like that, but not every single time. Terrible movement. Yeah, yeah. Why am I dropping frames? Imagine complaining about a 145 and being like, this stinks. This is not good. This is not good at all. I still have to decide what my kind of streaming schedule is going to converge to. Because my schedule is definitely not stream for 12 hours on Monday. This is not a thing. Or however long I've streamed today. 6 hours? That is not a plan. Everything that's going on with stuff makes me want to wake up later, but I really prefer going to work as early as I can. Like, I'm normally the first one there. Because it's nice, because no one else is there. It's quiet. This is my favorite thing with being at work for what I do. I want to be there alone. But I have reasons to stay up later these days, and if I go to bed at times maybe that, you know, a little later, then I am sleep deprived, and that's not good. Ooh. Man, I would like it if I could stop doing that. What a waste of good RNG, honestly. Or, like, decent RNG with the lizards, you know? Ooh. That felt really awful and slow. Why am I stuck? Hello? Man, I have not got stuck in that corner like that in a long time. Bumping into this middle thing and flipping around the wrong way, that's normal. Ooh, 9 seconds. Gross. Hello, Haber. Nothing is worse than Pebbles Pretend. The fact that I'm still getting golds after 1,185 runs is kind of crazy. My PB has such a sicko time in that room. I find this is better actually than anything else I do there. Oh no. Okay, at least I got one thing. Holy. Slow, slow, slow. No, that's not the way this is supposed to go. No. I'm curious if this is even possible to make it all the way to the top here. Holy. Oh, I had a throwable from somewhere. I didn't even notice. Man, I disagree with those false floor hitboxes today. Missed two of them. Wow, that was just terrible. No, it's a good thing the run's dead anyways. I'm actually just gonna do this move a few times. So that was the Guardians loading. It was that lag, so that skip would have failed. It was just like when it decided to load. That was correct though. There's a certain spot in that I'm trying to think of where I can actually do a throw boost and have it be good. There's definitely a slide pounce or a pounce to get there. Ooh, I didn't keep as much speed as I normally do here. I completely lost track of where I was there, so would have to walk like this. I think I went too far compared to where I was supposed to be standing. So for that spot, I think if you do a throw boost, you actually can get another roll, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, losing the roll there is sad. What's a pause button? Oh, I disabled pause, didn't I? There's no solution to this. There. Hello, Candy May. I'm slowly losing my mind from grinding this right now, but that's okay. This is what I signed up for. My times in the upper have been generally good today, although I definitely screwed up a lot of rooms this time. Filtration actually saving time in this run's kind of nutty. In the drainage, I screwed up somewhere. I wish I could pick which song plays. That would be nice. I had a way to rig it. This is fine, though. Where are they? Do you have the... Or are you just aimlessly searching? Or do you have... Okay, never mind. I spoiled. Do you know where they are? How do you know you're missing 2? Yeah, okay. Are they hard to get to? That sounds about right. You know, I bet that one... Hey, hello, constructive cynicism. And also, hello, nanoferret. Yes. I am still trying to do this. Constructive cynicism was speedrunning Hollow Knight earlier. So if you're interested in that, you can give them a follow. Now that you've kind of almost beat the game, Candy May, you might consider that if you want to see some other people playing it. Although I would say maybe follow, but maybe don't watch until you actually do finally beat the game. But yeah, that makes sense. Hello, everyone. I'm Ice Toblerone's Ice Speedrun Rainworld. It's basically the only thing I ever stream here, although I've done a few other things. Streamed F-Zero GX for a while. Gonna be doing Kirby 64 again at some point. Yeah, I'm basically trying to PB. Haborp just beat my time that I've had for basically, I think, 1 year. Like, literal to the day, I held the any percent survivor record for 1 year. And then, so Haborp just beat it, I think, about a week ago now. So I'm trying to kind of get good again so that I can get the record back. We'll see, though. We'll see. One of the first things about Rain World that might be a little weird looking, very much so this is like a physics-based game, so Slugcat has basically two parts to their body, and the way it's oriented around slopes matters a lot for things. So sometimes I can lose my rolls for no reason or not for no reason, but like if I'm climbing up slopes in the wrong orientation. And things like that can happen. And there are also a lot of weird moves, because when you make a game that's physics-based, but you don't actually have, you know, real-life physics, then you're going to end up with some crazy stuff going on. Okay. I want to show off the thing from earlier. Don't kill me. Okay. I'm looking for a rock here, which I actually did find one. See if I can do this. So that was the move I was talking about earlier. Unfortunately, I didn't get any bat flies here in my way, but normally I would reset a 151, but I'm gonna keep going. I feel like I need to warm up some of the later rooms anyways right now. The other thing I'd say about speedrunning this game, it's very easy to get into after just playing the game casually, in the sense that we don't have any like crazy tricks. Like, it's nothing like Hollow Knight, where I know there's that one trick that's like to shoot the spell to kind of push your body away, and also like pogoing off of some of the explosions and other weird things that are really hard to do. This game doesn't really have anything like that that's kind of like necessary in routes. The only run that really has a glitch that's somewhat difficult that's required, I would say, is this run. And there's a backup for it that's honestly not that bad at all. So since I'm doing any percent, there are these things in the game that prevent you from just immediately going to the end. There is a bit of progression. But we just use some of the not great programming the game has to despawn these creatures that try to prevent you from reaching the end of the game. There's a clip somewhere of me unlocking the jellyfish in Shoreline by riding a vulture across the gap. So, has been done. Ooh. It's pretty weird for the green to go over to there. Definitely made the best of, like, not great lizard locations there. This is the kind of auto-scrollery section of the run. I mean, it's not really. It's definitely easy to still lose time in these rooms. But there's not a lot of room here for doing some of the cool stuff. Considering this creature is Slugcat, it does not mix well with water. The swimming is one of the most jank swimming things I have done in any game. Where basically, like, every time you see the animation of Slugcat basically doing a swimming stroke, that's actually when you get your force to move your body. So you don't just, like, passively get propelled, like how most games handle swimming. I haven't done that part as well in quite a while. Oop. I had jump store because of the slope. Managed to get a lot of my time back there. This is good. Yeah, it's true. You have to kind of tap down at a certain rate to like stay swimming in a straight line. Okay. So now I'm going to the dark and spooky part of this game where there are these creatures that basically operate by sound. One of the best things about this game overall, I might die here. No, please let me out. He's gonna kill me probably. Yeah, that's too bad. One of the main features of this game compared to some of these other indie platformer games that the game's quite similar to in some ways, but the creatures in Rain World are very strange compared to normal creatures. Like, there's a lot more going on with their AI in the sense that they, like, actually hear things around the room. They have to actually see you. And they have a personality as well that kind of influences their behavior somewhat. Now, in a speedrun, we mainly just try to avoid them all / run through them, so it's not as much an impact there, but in casual playing, it's definitely one of the coolest things is interacting with the creatures, or just, you know, you could just run away from them all the time. But there's really a lot going on with them. Way too close. And this is also a survival game, so I actually have to consume food to be able to continue. One of the other big things about this run is that there's a lot of kind of small, persistent luck going on. Like, where items are placed is not consistent at all. It's all over the place. So when you have to time trying to grab items, which, I mean, normally comes down to just spamming grab at certain times and hoping, but when you can see where items are, small changes in where you go to can help quite a bit. Because most of the really fast movement in the game depends on having items. Like the extended slide and sort of the long jump thing. You want items for them. They don't work without having an item to throw behind you. A 147 tier is still quite a good time. There is a ton of time for me in the rest of this run that I can get. Like I'd say in my PB, I was actually below probably what my average is at this point for the end of the run. So there's definitely going to be a PB in the near future. As long as I keep at it. Didn't get an item that time. Ooh, I actually didn't get my roll. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure in PB I could just literally fell down in the water. Yeah. Unlucky. I was trying to do a kind of... There's another thing that you can do, which is if you're just... I'm not pressing the jump button at all, but this is a pretty important thing for this game overall. But only certain things... Only like pressing jump actually uses up your jump. So I was trying to jump over the lizard with this higher jump. Because basically, if I do this correctly, I get high enough where the lizard won't grab me, actually. Whereas if you jump normally, it still will get you. Most of the time. So I was trying to do that over top of it there. But I didn't time my jump very well. I've been told this game is pretty hard, but that's mainly from... I guess it's hard to be consistent with, is the main thing about it, really. Some things that you would think aren't that precise actually are. Or it can just kind of fail in unpredictable ways. I'm gonna reset that one. And yeah, again, since physics-based game, a lot of doing well at this has to do with not getting stuck on slopes. And just like fairly precise inputs of up to sort of be standing so you can jump again correctly. And just keeping momentum up from room to room. This really is a matter of like doing well in every single room. Because it's never going to be perfect. Oh, you almost got me. The first half of that was good enough for the sub 140 shelter, but made a couple of mistakes in some of the rooms. This is the part of this room where I can quite comfortably just not pay attention. Basically using the most game-breaking glitch, even though it's not very complicated, that's in this game, that lets you circumvent the overall gameplay loop. Where normally you need to, like, get to high enough food every single day. You need to go out and eat bats and fruit. But using this glitch, we can just get enough food, basically, to rest and have no penalty for it. Which didn't always exist in the game, from what I understand. It's always existed in the game as far as I've been running it. Ugh. That was sad. I kind of like having free time save for this outskirts split. Nice lizard going for a swim. All right. Now, that karma caching thing is basically no brain, and even though this area is like completely consistent, it's very easy to make mistakes here. And so I really need to focus in this area, even though it doesn't really seem like it. Like I mentioned, the swimming is quite finicky. Something else I think I haven't mentioned yet. Every single door you go through, you basically have an opportunity to do boosts. There are some things that can mess it up, but there's a fairly tight window that I'm trying to hit for like the best boost for every single room I enter. And it does affect how I have to route through rooms. Yeah. Hey, green. Well, hopefully get lucky. Infiltration systems is the very next part. And then do the end of the run well. this time. Good. Yeah, this one I'm just gonna have to follow slowly. So I'm using my hearing completely to try to tell where they are right now. There's one going straight down here that I managed to barely get ahead of. Oh, dang. That's the worst spot to get a mole, is right in there. I might not be dead, but I doubt these moles are gonna help me out in a orderly fashion here. Yeah, now I'm dead. Bad luck infiltration both times. There are a few spots that are very cursed to get a mole. That first room's really bad. Happens not normally. But also that one pipe. There's no other fast way through that large room there. And so that's the other spot to getting a mole, was just basically run killing most of the time. For how optimized this run is anyways. Can't really afford that bad of luck. Most of the other sections you can kind of deal with a little better. Sometimes with that mole you can trick it into coming out of the pipe, which isn't that slow, but that time it was just in a really bad spot for me. Ooh. I threw my fruit away accidentally. Ooh. I've had a few good ones with this today, but I have a hard time doing that trick in particular. There's just a lot of variables that go into it. Is the kind of thing where it's like a lot of feel to it rather than having exactly a reliable setup right now. Which sort of applies to a lot of things in this game, honestly. Yeah. I don't really want to keep third tries, but I think I will. I haven't got as many runs to the depths as I would be hoping for normally. Had 2 pretty good runs. Bad moles. Happens. So basically what's happening here is I'm doing a starve rest, which quote-unquote doesn't save the game. And so that increases your karma. But the game also has a quit-out grace period. And so combining these 2 things, you just get to increase your karma for free. You need at least 1 food to rest though, so that's why we specifically get to the food amount we do. We get to 5 foods. Ooh, I was lucky there with that rock placement. I maybe could have just gone straight towards that pink actually with where it was going, but I just jumped over it. Okay, 5 seconds behind. I can get that back. I'm not sure what kind of black magic I use in that room to get my gold, but that one's hard to compete against. Oop. Got a bit of time back there. That's good. Did most of those rooms quite well. Oh. Let me up. No. Okay. That's unfortunate. There's another way through here, but yeah, it's not as good. And I got good luck too. That was wasted. Sad. Ooh. Dang, dude. Oh, the moles. That's okay. Would have been interesting to think about the, like, multiverse variant where, I go faster in that room and then get ahead of the mole, but it's not really useful to think about. I've had a run recently where I was 7 seconds ahead going into that area with the moles. So I definitely just want to get another run like that. I think I'll reset that one. Hmm. I need like some hardcore meditation to manage to do that properly. It's not that hard to do, but it's the kind of thing where it's easy to do your inputs too quickly for it to work correctly. Haha. You can normally slide under them like that, but that one was kind of in a funny spot. Hmm. Ooh. You can probably tell that for this room, it would be relatively easy for us to get over that gap without doing the really slow charge bounce thing. But there's actually an invisible wall that forces you to do the charge bounce move to get past it. Hello, Yarn. Yeah, I felt like I recognized your name. But yes, welcome. Well, there are a few things you can do to kind of make it easier, but yeah. The route that Rob uses is quite challenging in a few spots. Especially the part of the run where you try to get Saint, Monk, and Friend at the same time is really hard. There's just so much that can go wrong there. Normally what I suggest to people is try to only get Monk and Friend, skip Saint. Normally at least one of the 3 vultures will always show up. If you can manage to get to the first cycle of vulture cheese in Chimney, you can guaranteed, or like I would say guaranteed, get a King Vulture mask there. As long as you should get at least one of the 3 vultures for that spot in Farmer Raid. And as long as you have even the regular vulture mask, it's good enough at the start. You don't have to get the King Vulture necessarily. You can actually climb up here. It's a kind of not well-known thing. Man. Yeah, if you just want Outlaw Challenge, if you think about it, oh, my controller crashed. So it's only 8,000 points, right? So you're already taking off, because I'm assuming you ascend, right? So you're already taking off, okay, wait. I can't really do this with a calculator right now. But you're already taking off a lot of points just for including ascending. Realistically, you only need to get like 50 points per cycle with 10 passages, if that's what you go for. I'm going to get up for a minute and get a drink. So if you're heading out now, thanks for watching. Could suggest to follow the channel if you want to see me doing Rain World stuff again. I'll just be back in a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, I need to start my controller again. My controller really didn't like that I opened up the calculator. Come back here. Okay, should work. Nope, no, he's being crazy. Okay, this should work. Nope, stop being crazy. Okay. Yeah, the main one that I notice is missing is wind chimes, which is that chimney canopy sawn. Oh, please vulture. Okay. So I'll just be back in a minute here. Hello again. Hopefully I'm not scaring anyone by suddenly talking. Someone has mentioned that before, that I've startled them by just suddenly talking. The perks of being a camless streamer is I can sit here with no shirt. That's what real speedrunning mode is. No shirts. I would prefer if no one sees my chest hair. Unless they want to for some reason. Then maybe it's okay. Hello again, Rec. You showed up just in time for the world record. Or maybe at least like a time that's okay. Minimum. I'm glad the run is good enough now where it does take like some amount of grinding to become good at it. Hello again, Yarn. See, this is easy. Why can't I just do this whenever I'm doing it? I had a few people ask me how this works in the last day or so. Rob does this sometimes. Basically, you backflip to the pole, and you're kind of in this like weird sideways upside down state. Hold again to get a boost, and then jump again in the air. And it looks kind of like that. And if everything's going correctly, you go pretty high up, actually. You can use this to not need a stick for that one spot in industrial to like get straight in there very quickly, which is kind of cool. The one for industrial is, in my mind, a lot harder to do, although some people have said it's easier to them. The one in industrial definitely higher, that's for sure. It should work off of any kind of stick, yeah. One of the things I was thinking about before answering that was, we have another move that height-wise is just kind of unbeatable. I don't know if you've seen the vault move either, constructive cynicism, but the vault is a crazy move. I'm actually just going to do this and do the vault up the thing, hopefully. The vault's, again, the vault is actually frame perfect though. Unlike the IHOP thing. Like getting one that's worthwhile is actually a frame perfect thing to do. I should just be able to jump up this with it. If I do it right. Although this is going to be a little weird because this pole is kind of in my way. I might not try this for that long, actually. That one's almost there. A little closer. It's a little weird being right next to this pole, because I feel like my, the angle that I have available for this is not the way it normally is. But basically, this move, if you do it right, will go high enough, I think, even to grab the pole right above there. Like, it's just a crazy move. It's actually potentially useful in Pebbles percent. There we go. That move's crazy. Rain World is 40 FPS. I noticed you said that earlier. It's actually 40. 40. For the physics. Yeah, it makes a big difference. If you want to know, the main reason is because of the creature AIs. The bad thing about that vault move is for the best one, you want to be exactly 5 frames after. Which makes it definitely hard to do. So the starting input, you want a 1 frame off difference with switching from basically side to side up. And then for your jump and basically down/side, you want exactly 5 frames after the initial side input. It's the kind of thing that just, I don't know, will never be reliable for a single attempt, but you can get good enough to get it like within 3 tries, reasonably. And the move is crazy. Like, basically the entire geometry and the way the game is designed for you to go is now optional. Okay. I should reset after that. Oop. Crazy game today. The one that I did there where I was standing straight up was the frame perfect one, but basically you wouldn't have to grab onto the lower pole. You could go straight to the higher one. I think it's like, so Slugcat's height is 2 tiles, right? I think the max height that you can get to is 8 tiles. So it's basically like 4 times Slugcat's height. It's kind of like the perfect one. 8? No, I think it goes up to 9, actually. It's like a significant improvement over the next best thing that we know how to do. And yeah, you can just do that move anywhere you want. It is wild that it exists. So I kind of wish the vault didn't exist, just because if you're trying to make like puzzle movement rooms, it invalidates a lot of them by existing. Whereas the super fast jump really doesn't invalidate rooms that much. It does some, depending what you're doing. But it's such a cool move. I'd just way rather have it. I've never really tried to do it on slopes, so I'm not quite sure what happens. Please, game, I just need a filtration that's not bad. I just need another filtration where I don't die to moles. Oh, I see what you're saying. I might try it eventually just because the nature of the move makes me think that it'll work perfectly fine on slopes. The biggest issue with doing it on the slope at the entrance of that room is just like getting the horizontal movement that you need. But maybe the slope would actually help, depending what it does. It's interesting. I'm not planning to ever do it in runs, because the backflip thing I think is better, but you might be onto something with that, actually. I should, see, this is talking about practicing now. I don't want to practice. I just want to do runs. I really need to practice, though. Well, that should have saved time, but I just neglected to press jump when I needed to. So that was like doing that fast long jump thing, like you saw. It is super fast. I love that move so much that it exists. I am not exaggerating when I say that the existence of this move has kept me playing this game instead of moving on to something else. It's so satisfying to get it. Nice try, buddy. Actually losing time in that room to PB. Gross. I think I'm more agile than the egg bug. More agile than the overseer? No. Egg bug though? I think I have the egg bug beat. So the other thing going on is that Riv actually finally announced the schedule for the Rain World anniversary coming up the following Monday. Although the first event is on Sunday, is the bingo. That will be very cool, hopefully. I'm probably doing commentary for the bingo. Essentially, I'm helping run it with Iced. Rain World's a bit of a cruel game to run. The game is very mean. but it is weirdly addictive for me. Nope. Oh, hey, blue lizard. I wish I found the hole. Yeah, man, I got bad luck again with this guy. Where is he? Okay, he's just going right over me now. Something is funny that happened. So Ice did one of the GDQ hot fixes before. Did a Rain World 100% run. And one of the behind the scenes things is that they wanted him to use mono audio. Mono audio is a bad idea for this game. You had to be able to hear where things are. Like that mole, you could probably tell. I literally just listened to where it was. And I was like, oh, I know where this mole is. Otherwise, if you had mono audio, I definitely would have died there. 100%. Okay, well, we'll see. The time says this is possible. Fingers crossed that Rain World gets into GDQ this year. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I actually got up there this time. That was messed up. No, this was very slow and weird and bad. Oh, pressed his side a little too early. Actually need that. There's some hardcore spaghetti going on right now. Okay. Should work. So, as some people know, one of the reasons... Ooh, I might die. Don't. Oh, so lucky. Hello again, Crab Nicholson. Ugh. Getting those wall jumps makes me cry. That was some nice momentum, though. Still losing a lot of time in that room because I didn't have a throwable when I needed one. Oh no. Missing my slides. There's no way I'm saving 5 seconds in this room. Good try, though. It was a good try. Ooh, that was bad. I only had one throwable in this room, which kind of messed me up a little bit, but... that was solid. Man, I need to stop resetting so quickly. I need to, like, look at my time and think about it a little bit. So, okay. I saved around 3 seconds in the lower depths there, which is nice. There's a bit more that I can get there on average, but... oh, yeah. Constructive cynicism explained how the Guardian despawn works well enough. It definitely saves some time to go for the rock percent, but that version of the skip is so unreliable that, or at least there's not a setup that exists even with all our fancy movement stuff that we have, really. Considering there are much easier ways to do it. But yeah, that's a good explanation of it as well. Basically, like, before you get to the room, like, the Guardians aren't there, right? No creatures exist before you get there when it's really far off the screen. And so as you're going towards the room, the game is like, okay, it's time to load this room. So that by the time you get there, everything is in there. And so it tries to put the Guardians there. But if you quickly leave the room that you're in, another function activates, and it's like, this function is what you would call with programming like unsafe or dirty, in the sense that it like touches things and it doesn't fix them after it does it. So when you do the unload, it kind of forcibly interrupts the game trying to put the Guardians there. But as soon as the game starts trying to put the Guardians there, it assumes it successfully put them there. And so as long as you interrupt it before the Guardians are actually there, so like partway through the load, then the next time it tries to load them, it thinks it has already loaded them, so it doesn't try again. Is basically what happens with that. Which basically amounts to going to the room, walking to not quite the middle, like 40% of the way, 45% of the way through the room, and then leaving the room leaving within 2.5 seconds. We'll get that trick to work. Or like 2 seconds, basically. Kind of depends on your computer a bit. I'm not sure how much time rock percent would save. 6 seconds is a good estimation, though, because you need to, like, go through the transition of leaving and then going back in. It's the worst type of RNG, is the RNG that depends on specs. We haven't decided what we're going to do about that yet. My username is mine. Likely we'll have the board locked / in a non-existent state for at least 1 month after it's released, probably. But we have not decided yet. There's not enough information yet about what MSC is going to be for us to make a good decision about that. Because it's changing a lot of stuff. And we already know some things, but, you know, can't really explain it to everyone. But basically, it's going to change a lot. And so it's kind of still up in the air. Likely, the board will be kind of locked for some period of time. Yeah, get those any percent records on day one. The answer is likely yes, constructive cynicism, but we're not sure yet. We just don't know enough about what it's actually going to do. And also, Cernak, MSC stands for More Slugcats, which is a mod that has been in development for longer than I've been playing this game. It's a very long time in development, and it was announced at the end of the Rain World Art Month that it'll be officially supported. So PlayStation 3 and Switch will likely be receiving it. They've done a lot of stuff, as far as I know, with More Slugcats. Like, basically their goal is to fix everything that's broken in the game. And also things like, I'm sure like flat mode will work after MSC for some reason. They didn't explicitly say it'll be on other platforms, but what they did say explicitly was that MSC is official content. So that means it'll be like a download that you get in Steam, right? Or however you have the game. It'll be like a download. It'll be the official version of the game. And so if they had differences between the consoles with like the official version, now that they have the rights again, that would just be weird. They're unlikely to do that, because they've been trying to work towards a unified code base for quite a while as well. So like, for instance, the other thing is they're gonna announce next week during the anniversary, because there's time slot for the devs. They'll probably announce the Xbox version of the game is in fact reality, even though they already said it was going to be ages ago, but they just never released it. I highly doubt the camera scroll mod will ever appear. The game's really not meant for it, sadly. Yeah, MSC will be official content, which is kind of weird. Like, I think most of the people I've talked to about it have kind of mixed feelings about it right now. Like, the game's been stable for a while. Like, we're used to the way the game currently is, and suddenly something's going to come along and change a lot. So we will see how it goes. As far as speedrunning is concerned, likely we will down patch to be able to run on the current version, but we'll see how it is. I don't mind changing the game a bit. It's not the end of the world. But I do like the game how it currently is. So, I mean, I played it so much, so I'm kind of biased. Over 1,200 runs. Only on this split file, because I'm crazy. I should say, I am so glad that I have someone in Haberk now that is actually competing with me in this. Being the only person doing this is kind of sad. So at least there's one other person who's as crazy as I am somewhere. Just keep going. That was kind of weird bad luck. And I didn't even get this bat fly. So one of the changes that they already made in the console versions of the game that's not in the PC version still to this day is separating the physics thread from the room loading thread. This is why the Guardian skip is like relatively consistent. is the fact that, like, you playing the game is the same, like, thread / what your computer tries to decide to do, like, math-wise, or, like, order of instructions-wise. They're together for some strange reason. And so, from playing the game, the load times are, like, very consistent for your hardware, generally speaking. The only thing that can mess it up is your disk speed can be inconsistent. Like, if your disk, say you're streaming or recording or something, your disk speed will be inconsistent, perhaps. But as long as your disk is fast enough, you'll not be able to notice the difference. But finally, the next version of the game, when they release it, will almost certainly have the game loading separated from the physics. So a lot of those lags that are present won't happen anymore on good computer hardware. But it also means stuff like the Guardian skip will not work anymore, which is sad, but... Yeah, it's same sort of deal for me with the time save and gates. It's kind of unfortunate, but I don't want to spoil too much stuff, but that won't be a problem in the next version. I mean, if you're running your game on a toaster, there's only so much that can be done about it. Should just be thankful that the game even works, I suppose. And this game does have some stuff that's certainly a bit questionable. But at least this game's not using, like, one of those, you know, Unity encrypted, do not decrypt our game things that don't even work anyways, that just tank the game performance. It's just some coding mistakes. More Slugcats is going to be a lot. It'll be very cool. Unity is kind of bad, but it's also nice in some ways. There's a reason why so many games are with Unity these days. But okay, so like one of the things that you might be aware of with Rain World, there are all these mods, right? Part of the reason all these mods exist is that it's, for one thing, the devs just literally released the level editor that they use at some point. So that's the first big thing that they did. But one of the other most important things is the fact that, like, the coders have been able to decompile the game, which is easy enough. Like, just a computer. You write your program in, and then what happens is that, like, the compiler makes a program into another program that the computer can actually do. And so it's relatively easy enough to convert back from this program that the computer can actually do into something that people can understand. This is really strange RNG. Just going for it. And so one of the things that you can do with like basically any game or things that you're compiling is you can basically like encode the result of that into something that is way harder to decompile. So it's kind of like the game all the time as it's running has to decode or decrypt the way the game is all of the time that it's trying to run. Which makes decompiling marginally more difficult, but makes the game run way worse. A lot of games that are new will have stuff like that they eventually drop, because like eventually people are gonna crack the game. Like any of these decryption things, if you try for a long enough period of time, you eventually get the right answer. Which is sort of dumb, but... Hello, Sea Bunny. I've had a sad number of runs dying to filtration molds today so far. That spot has a slope, so it's hard to space it exactly correctly. It's a little more complicated when it comes to like compiling, decompiling, but that's the gist of it. Because your compiler will do a few other things, like it'll try to optimize so it reorders the instructions as well. It reorders the instructions into a way that's more sensible. And it basically converts it into a different programming language. Assembly. And then assembly gets converted into something also different. And that something different is what actually is what the computer can understand. And so starting at what the computer can understand, there are a few steps. And most of the time if you're... no. I keep dying to bulls. Sorry if I'm missing anything. Yeah, Unity is used because of ease of access, but it does have some bad things about it. Rainworld's very strange that it even uses Unity in the first place, because it's literally like... if you were trying to make a Unity game that least resembles a Unity game, where it's just straight up a C# game, but they just slap Unity on the outside of to grab inputs from controllers, and that's it. That's all Unity does for the game, basically. Rainworld is so janky that a lot of the inbuilt Unity math functions are overridden by Rainworld's own kind of math functions they have. It's very weird. Doing boosts, the air doesn't pause, but doing corner boosts in pipes doesn't consume air the same way that doing boosts in the water does. So it's not like pause per se. You can still drown in pipes, but it doesn't consume it the same way normal swimming does. Oh, those pipes where you have no control? No, it definitely pauses for them. Yeah, yeah. So cat doesn't exist when you're in them, basically. Sorry, I thought you were talking about just like the normal pipes you crawl through. When you're in the like in-room travel pipes, it definitely pauses. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were asking basically if like the corner boost in pipes is consuming air. The other thing is with those like in room pipes, the ones where Slugcat doesn't exist, you can still do a room entrance boost out of them, and that does not consume any extra air as well. So I basically do that in all the drainage pipes as much as I can. I think I was the only one who was confused about the question. Oh. Yeah, it is like they're hidden away and then they teleport, is how it behaves. One of the interesting glitches that we have access to that sometimes comes up. If you carry a very large creature through a pipe with you, like a vulture, what can happen is that Slugcat's speed gets doubled or tripled, is a interesting thing that can happen. Because basically, like, you're teleporting, and so when you try to come out of the pipe, the game will try to put you at the exit of the pipe. But if it can't place you there, it gives up, sort of. Or it thinks it spawned you, but then it fails to do it. So then it tries again a second time. And so if you put two Slugcats right on top of each other, what you end up with is a double speed Slugcat, which is something that actually does happen in the game. There are a couple ways to achieve it, but the most reliable way is dragging vulture bodies through pipes. It used to happen a lot in old versions of the game, just like with squid cicadas and other smaller creatures, so they like at least tried to fix it, but so, you know how creatures have their own kind of set of dens they can go into? The way that the game tries to keep Slugcat out of those pipes is very weird. Basically, there's a extremely strong force. We're talking like the strong nuclear force type of force that is there at the entrance of those pipes that just really does not want Slugcat to go in them. So it's something very short range, but it just lives inside the little den there that creatures can go into. And it only repels Slugcat. And so what happens when you're near the dying pole plant, the pole plant still grabs onto you. But since you're not grabbed in the special state where the pole plant's able to kill you, it like pulls you in, and then this really strong force is like, nope, get out of here. And it just launches you out. The exact same thing can happen if you get grabbed by a lizard immediately next to a den. And so like the lizard grabs you and takes you into the den. You'll actually get pushed out with extreme speed, as long as you're not dead. If you're dead, that doesn't happen. But if you're alive in the lizard's mouth, and it hasn't been a certain period of time, you get launched out like crazy from these lizard-only dens if they try to take you through them. Yeah, that's how the den hops work. It's very weird. I don't understand why anyone would like make them like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, the strong pipe force. That was slow. I feel like that's a free 1/10 of a second there to throw something. By this same logic, a small centipede that grabs onto you, then goes in one of those pipes can instantly kill you, basically. Because the small pipe force works in mysterious ways. Because if a creature is like linked to you and goes into one of them, it will drag you into it. You know, I'm sure I could have got past this guy without having it be so dumb. The rare saving myself with a rock, because that's what I had in my hands, and I managed to actually hit the lizard. Because it's a green and its body's big. Oh, haven't done that in a while. It smells like a reset. I don't know if you know about this as well, constructive cynicism, but I could just show you. But also, yeah, because I don't have my input display on right now, but it's fine. So you see, I'm not playing on controller. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, well, I'm actually playing on a keyboard. I'm using a virtual controller program to play because it lets me get these kind of slide angle things. So if I just walk off of here holding down, which I hit the fast fall timing, but I hit the fast fall timing again. Stop it. There. If I just walk off of here and press down in the air like this, I don't get a roll, right? Unless I get the fast fall. But if I walk off holding this, what would be on controller, a slight down angle, then I do get a roll, 100%. Like every single time. And so, if I manage to do a roll, like this, I can pick up items during it. I can also roll on these false floors too without falling in. If I can manage to space this correctly. So normally if I do this, I fall through, right? But instead I'm doing this. I can pick up items with this slide angle roll as well. Slide angle roll is very powerful. Right. You should try to stick with the slight angle. Also, I should mention that the current any percent record holder also uses controller at the current time, so. And how do you aim slightly down using arrow keys? Cheating. That's the answer. I use a program where, according to the game, there's a controller, but I'm actually controlling this controller using a keyboard. Okay. Well, you don't need to, but the roll angle is nice. Basically how it works, I have a key that corresponds to slight down angle, and I have it on my left hand, and I have the arrow keys as my directionals. So basically just don't press the slight down angle and the actual down at the same time, because then you get extra down, sort of, is how it ends up working out. There are lots of times where you actually want a full down press. But like when I start the game here, for instance, I'm holding slight down angle. Almost any time I'm doing a roll, it's with slight down. It is a little strange though. Because as far as I can tell, chaining rolls with the slight down angle does not work. Or I'm unable to do it. So I actually do have to switch from slight down angle to full down. There's a lot of little stuff like that with it. That doesn't happen very much. No. Man, I was hoping you'd try to charge. Oh well. Yeah, basically, I only pick up objects during my first roll. Because if you're already rolling and you switch to the slight down angle, you'll lose your roll. It's a finicky thing to deal with. I'm not sure how it is on controller, since I haven't really tried to do it. I've just sort of learned over time how this thing works, and I'm used to it now. So I basically don't have to think about it anymore. It's possible to pick up items during normal rolling with the full down as well. If you basically, like, you know... I mean, it's kind of weird to explain, but if you tap roll at a certain rate, you'll keep rolling. Oh no, I didn't get that. Okay, I need a bat fly. If you tap down at a certain rate... Man, I'm getting trolled by these lizards. If you tap down at a certain rate, you'll maintain your roll. And you can pick up items in between when you are tapping. It is very weird. Which you can just do, but I would suggest getting a roll button. I think it's a lot smarter to just use the roll button. It's not a macro or anything, so, and it's weird to learn. So, we haven't decided to ban it. I remember when I first started using it, they were kind of, Iced and Hempamaz were kind of like, we don't like it, but I'm not going to make you stop using it. Hello again, Riv. Yes, the anniversary has been announced. No. I'm mainly excited for the bingo, honestly. It's gonna be, I hope, one of the coolest things the community has done. Okay. So I believe Rec and some dingus are each participating. I think Hempamaz and also Sea Bunny as well. So Sea Bunny, I think, is probably a little rusty. I'm sorry. I don't know if you've been secretly training on the mountain. to win the bingo, but I would say likely the favorites for it are Wreck, Dingus, although it's with Survivor, which they don't run, so we will see. Empamaz is also doing it. And also, I think Pine Cubes is streaming right now. Pine Cubes, I would say, also has a very good chance of doing well at the bingo, just because they've done so many different things in the game, even though they don't really do the speedruns as much. But they're just quite knowledgeable about the game, so I think they have quite a good chance of winning as well. Well, that green ruined my strat, but it still worked out okay. Doing an EI hop in that room, doing an air nylon in that room, I think is quite worth it. You get through at least half a second faster. The time lost to the backup routes, hopefully only like 1 second if you do it right. So I think it's worthwhile going for it. That's why I'm doing it. And it's right at the start. Like a lot of things in this game in particular, it's kind of like a risk-reward thing. This is probably what happened in PB. Now, once in a while you're going to fall in there. Just because the fruits are a little unpredictable. I would say at the end of the room, if that's what you're asking about, where I would do the E-slide if I just had rock. It's better to have the bat fly there, but at the beginning of the room, having a rock is worth. As opposed to that closer room. Ooh, I don't even know how I didn't get in the thing there. Nice. If I didn't fall there, that would have been pretty quick. No. Let me in. I should be getting a pipe boost there. I don't know why it's not working. Might be something about the pipe being too short. So it's kind of weird to think about, actually. Yeah, because it took me a brief moment to notice that I wasn't moving through the pipe when I thought I was going to. Oh no. Just bleeding time, bleeding time. This is okay, though. Is AO6 the Batfly room? Oop. Oh no. Do this. Get around him. Take that L, keep the run going. What is going on? Oh. Yeah. I'm not sure about the answer to that. The way I look at that is that it's just like unnecessary extra difficulty, because jumping on the spheres is not that easy. Like anything in this game, it's consistent if you do it right, but it's just tough to do it right all the time. Well, we'll see, we'll see. I think I've demonstrated earlier, I do have this in me somewhere. Although, not with mistakes like that. Hooray! I basically almost actually got to the top there. So that was a bad EI hop, but it's fine. Yeah. Nope. Was expecting to get the roll there, but didn't. Oh. Losing time for no reason. That one probably failed, but don't have the time to retry it for sure in this run. Yeah. I'm going a little too far in the room, which is kind of a weird thing for me to be doing wrong. Whoa. That green was a psycho. Holy. Once in a while, you just like come across, you know, a pro Fortnite gamer green lizard. Oop. I did it right the first time. I just didn't hold to the side the right timing. Ooh, missed that twice. Keep 147. I mean, right now it seems like the end of the run's my problem, not the start. But I mean, if you look at it, I'm like, so okay, that 17-second against the golds is kind of a lie because of a few of the rooms. Because if you think about it, I need to pick up food in rooms. And so sometimes I'll pick up food, sometimes I won't. After this, the run kind of normalizes a bit. But the comparing against the gold before here is not a useful comparison. Where it's range system, it actually is. And so the fact that I'm typically losing like 15 seconds against my golds and drainage is all time that I can get. You can definitely gold every drainage room in a row. Which is quite challenging to do that. Yeah. If I were to remake my splits again, I'm not sure which rooms I would combine though. That was a really weird wall jump to get. Yeah. I kind of like splitting every room, but there's a reason why I use the sub-splits. I mean, it might be useful to track. Oh yeah, failed Guardian despawn. I was like, how does that last run die? Guardian despawn. If there's anything I would normally suggest to people to go and practice as a thing of we're doing this run, it's Guardian despawn. Just because the whole run depends on it. You want to be consistent with it. And the other thing, it is unique to your hardware, what you need to do. We should not keep this run. Yeah. There are a few things going on with it. I should make a tutorial with it, honestly. And like frame by frame my inputs. Because there are a few things going on with it that are kind of tricky to do. Like there are a few things that I have to keep in mind when I'm trying to do it that are not obvious if you're just watching the slug cat moves. Nice. Oh no. I almost hit the extreme speed. This run is now even more so. I really should just reset. Yeah. me. That's a reset. I'm going to go use the washroom. So you can, you're thinking we should play this Death's music or something else? I'll try to think of a good answer for you. Honestly, it would be best if I showed like a diagram of the room or something, but I don't really have something exactly for that. One of the main things about it though is that the pipe to exit the room is like directly against the wall. So to be able to get into that pipe, you have to literally be sliding against the wall as you leave. So if you've ever seen it where it's like super smooth, like Slugcat goes across and does like the normal slide pounce and then exits head first out, you have to hold into the center of the room enough that Slugcat is physically touching the wall for the way out. And then that's the only way it's going to work correctly. Otherwise, you're always going to end up with the slow pipe exit. And for this thing that you really only have 2 seconds to do, you really want the fast pipe exit, which even if Slugcat's facing the wrong way, like leaving the room butt first, holding against the wall is required. And that's not obvious at first at all. If you're just watching someone do it, it's important. Yeah, sorry, I didn't actually leave. Basically, when you're exiting that room, like, the pipe to leave is right against the wall. So you need to be sliding against the wall as you leave. I don't really have terrain that's good around here for it. I guess this would be the closest spot I could demonstrate it. But basically, I don't know. This place doesn't have good terrain for it. I need to like do this, but you basically have to exit holding against the wall. And then if you're like kind of in the state where your arm is on the wall as you fall down for the exit, it'll normally work out. So you need to go far enough to get past it, but then you just hold down and back, or down and towards the center of the room, and it should work out. Which again, I don't really have a good way to demonstrate it right now. Like, don't worry about it. Yeah, you definitely want to touch the wall. Touching the wall is what lets you leave the room cleanly. Otherwise it won't work. Okay, I will be back in a sec. Hello. Trying to decide how long I'm gonna do this for. All right. Man, I would like to get another run to the end, though. Okay. I've done that a few times, actually. I did the move right, and then I just end up holding both directionals at once, so I end up just going straight up. See. Okay, weird. I think I ended up on the wrong side of the pole. Hello, TRZ. Yeah, basically. Poor survivor. Gets put through the ringer in every single playthrough. Every speedrun is like, oh, you're hungry? No, you're repeatedly starving yourself. You must eat the gravel. Man. Also unlucky green lizard. It's too bad I can't use the flower there as a back throw item. It's not a weapon though. Yeah, my fingers are a little tired. The biggest problem for me messing it up most of the time is, at least at the start of the run like this, is ending up on the wrong side of the pole to start with compared to what I'm used to. And so if you're on the wrong side of the pole, you just like jump off the wrong way. Three. Don't get me. Okay. That thing had a green lizard snack. That's what the power of having over 1,000 attempts of this does to you. I don't know how to explain it. I just normally know which side I'm going to end up on. I get surprised sometimes, but pretty much I normally know in advance. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I kind of jump off and then quickly realize I'm accidentally jumping off the pole and just re-grab it a little lower. Keep going. Yo, the sub 12. Sub 12 is still possible. Oh, not anymore. I didn't menu good enough. I should be getting a slide there, or a roll, I mean. It's weird that I don't, actually. I'm gonna look at the geometry bit for that. Well, those lizards were very bad, RNG-wise, but run continues. Well, it is Slug Cat, so 6 cents probably makes sense. No. That was just me doing the input wrong. Ooh. Even though it doesn't look like you're gonna make it, you just gotta believe. Three. Oh, I dropped my stuff. That's unfortunate. There's several ways to get past the Guardians for this run. The Guardian despawn is just the generally reliable, fastest way that we know about. Because the other way of doing it's really slow, but very reliable. One of the other ways. Then we have a way that's really fast, but is very unreliable. And this is kind of the in-between of that. Hey, I think there's a mole right in my way here. Yeah, there is. It's right almost at me. Okay, there it goes. I'm telling you, man. You need that surround sound to find the moles. The moles hear you, and you have to hear them. Is this Ron? Okay, I'm alive still. I've had pretty bad luck in this room today. Ooh, I thought I caught myself in time. Ooh, that was almost okay. I just was slightly in the wrong spot for that roll to work out. It's kind of funny, when you line up that movement so perfectly like that, you end up with jump store. And so if you actually jump out of the pipe, you end up like losing time and going really high. But if you just hold up, the jump store activates and you just kind of slide out magically. It's very weird. It's kind of a thing. Yeah, I'm way too far behind here. Ooh, I got 2 throwables though. Hey, I actually get to do this. Oh, did I not pick that up? That's unfortunate. Okay, good sign. Oh. No. I can't believe my PB has a hard fall in that room. It's funny to think about. Ah. Very slow exit of the room. The rest of it was pretty okay. The exit was just really slow. Not having a throwable here is just big sad. Ooh. Missing these slides is not a good sign at all. If I managed to get the climb up on that, like I was trying to, that would have been a sick time in that room. Yeah. That would have been a gold time in that room. No, I held too early to the side again. That thing is, if there's ever runs that are doing AI hops there, that's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm going to keep trying. I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to try. I actually might give up. I'm thinking about it for today. It's so tempting to keep going because any run can be the run. I'm a degenerate gambler now. It's like, I just think I'm going to hit it big. Even though I don't have really evidence necessarily, but, you know, we're going for it. Nice try, Green Lizard. I think this is my last run for today. But yeah, shoutouts to everyone who's hanging out with me to watch this. Twitch does have a follower functionality as well. If you're wanting to probably not get a notification, but at least like something that pops up on your side of your screen to say I'm there. Yes, exactly. Thank you, TRZ. Man, this is a run with 2 lizard boosts. Yeah, wasted time. Ooh, I was actually exhausted there. Interesting. I must have used a underwater boost. I didn't realize I did. Getting this room well feels good every time. All right. Man, if it wasn't for messing up in that one room, this time would be sick right now. Like, that was 4 seconds I lost in there. This would be sick. Sick time. Or sick pace, I mean. I hope I'm lucky with the position of this guy. Yeah, I was. No throwables here, though. It's kind of sad. Nice, nice. I got lucky lizards for sure. Okay, good. Ooh, this guy is unluckiest lizard. Move it. Move it, dummy. Nope. I tried. Yeah, pretty much. That's okay. Hey, PB is still alive here. Somehow. I'm telling you. You just gotta believe. Gotta believe. Copium. Got the jump storage one? Ooh. I got up here again. Oh, that was unfortunate though. Well, I hope there's a throwable around on this block or like literally right here. Nope. Man, that's a lot of items I missed. And also, uncool to have those wall jumps. Ah, I missed the Guardian despawn. Didn't walk far enough. Can feel it missing. Oh, what? Hey, I'm lucky. That definitely felt like a miss. Like, I definitely left the room fast enough, but I thought I didn't get far enough in there. Hard landing. Yep, sad. Time to gold every single room. I didn't mean to throw that actually. Or maybe I should say I shouldn't have thrown that. There's a certain distance that I'm going for there with that jump that works out really well when I get it. But it's a little tough to do because I often end up at slightly different locations. I feel like there must be something faster there. Wall jumps. Oh, and I did not get any throwables basically there the whole time. Yeah, got one here, but... I should have looked at my pace there. Let me see. I was only -2 going in. I don't know. Hard to say. I kept pace in the depths at least. I didn't feel like there were any rooms that were horrible. There were quite a few rooms that I didn't have throwables when I want to, or I accidentally wasted the ones I did have. Yeah, happens sometimes. I could have saved even more time in drainage as well. Like, I had a room with like a 4-second loss or something. It is what it is. That's right. Cool. Yeah, I really should stop. That was weird. I feel like this is a sign. A sign that maybe today is not the day. Oop. Only one more run. One more run. I keep making a funny mistake there that I'm holding both left and right when I need to let go of left. Which I don't know how I'm doing that, actually. That's a weird mistake to make. Wow, that loaded in really fast. For some strange reason. So like that one probably lost time, but fine, runs alive. Just because I had to go back to get in the right spot. Okay, last run for real, will be this one. I'm not shy about saying I'm just not playing well enough right now to get the record the way that it is. But then again, I only need one. As long as I get another sub 13 minute time, I'll be pretty happy with myself. Even better if it's a PB. Let me go. Well, I'm gonna stick with that being the last one, even though that was kind of depressing. But I will say I feel a little too tired out to keep going today. So I'm just gonna quickly check if anyone is playing Rain World right now. Pine Cubes is still going. I want you to tell Pine Cube sleep is for the weak. This is what I want you to tell Pine Cubes. Or maybe something like sleep is just a suggestion. Does she have follower emotes? No. No follower emotes. Well, you can use my channel points to unlock something, if you have any. But this is what I suggest. AKA, I want you to copy But yes, thanks for watching. Sad that I didn't get the thing. I think Pine Cubes isn't talking right now, probably because someone is sleeping. But yes, thanks for watching. I think the raid's gonna go. Goodbye.
While she has buttons that can batter a lot of the rest of the cast, it's very risky.
Hey, I'm having a mare right now. I'm having